For this and other sports news, tune in to Vuga Sports Hour every weekday at 3 p.m. In your weather, Pretoria will be cloudy and hot with temperature highs of 30 degrees and extensive thunder showers. Johannesburg, cloudy and hot with temperature highs of 28 degrees and extensive thunder showers. Cape Town, cloudy and warm with temperature highs of 24 degrees. Durban, cloudy and hot with temperature highs of 29 degrees with extensive thunder showers. Bloemfontein, cloudy and hot with temperature highs of 30 degrees and extensive thunder showers. Polokwane, cloudy and hot with temperature highs of 29 degrees and extensive thunder showers. Uppington, partly cloudy and hot with temperature highs of 33 degrees. Port Elizabeth, cloudy and warm with temperature highs of 24 degrees. And East London, cloudy and hot with temperature highs of 27 degrees. For Vuga Online Radio News, I am Mungas Makalima.
Memorize this simple route. Left, right, third right, second left, right. One more time. Left, right, third right, second left, right. Got it? Great. Now try doing that same route back. See? Memorizing where you came from is easy. Getting back there, not so much. That's why Smart has Ready to Spot, which finds the route back to your car in a split second. And it's left, second right, third left, left, right, by the way. Smart.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
It's Vuga Online, your inspiration radio station.
SABS test number 23, vacuum cleaners.
Okay, so I'm going to vacuum something up and you tell me what it is.
Got it. Chips, salt and vinegar, 3 days old.
Right.
Apple juice, 60% concentration.
Yeah, well done.
Smarties, 3 blues, 1 green and 4 yellows.
It's 3 yellows. Very good.
At SABS, we pride ourselves on our rigorous testing, even when testing our testers. SABS, your trusted mark of approval.
Where we play your music your way, all day, every day.
This is Vuga Online, your inspiration radio station.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and she's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away, wonder this time where she's gone. Wonder if she's gonna stay. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and this house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away. And I know hey, I ought to leave the young thing alone, but ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Only darkness every day. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and this house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away.
Highway Harley Davidson. There are no words.
Welcome to this exciting episode of PKUnshackled Radio Show, only and exclusively on Vuga Online Radio. I'm your host, Makawe Gakatide, and today's guest, hey. So before I introduce today's guest, Christians, we're going to talk about sex. So I suggest that it's either you switch off or you pray before you hear what my guest has to say. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce my guest, Makabelo Mutaung, otherwise known as Coach KB. How are you, ma'am?
I'm all right. How are you?
No, I'm good.
Number one, you didn't tell me I am coming to a Christian station. I would have prepared a verse or two. You know?
No. It's not a Christian station, but I'm a PK, so Christians listen to this and they're not happy with me. So yeah, this will be very interesting. But yeah, so today's topic is simply put is, are we sexing enough? Umdavazo esitholayo ugrena or enough. So fireworks. But Makabelo, thank you for coming on the show. How are you, man? How are you?
I am blessed. You see me incorporating the keywords. I am blessed beyond measure. I am good. God is good. Listen.
All the time. All the time. So let's take a quick break, and after a break, we'll just jump at it, man. For those who don't, I thought I'm a talker, but Makabelo is quadruple what I am. So let's take a quick break, and you listen for yourself. See you after the break.
Every time he sees me, his eyes light up. I can almost hear his heart beat faster. He looks at me the same way he did when we first met. For him, it's love at first sight every day. For me, it's heartbreaking.
Loving someone who's living with dementia is not easy. For support, advice, or to make a donation, visit dementiasa.org.
You're listening to Vuga Online.
You are rocking with the best.
Welcome back. Thank you for joining us on PKUnshackled Radio Show. Makawa Kakatide here, and I'm chilling with Coach KB. So a few months ago, we did a show for national broadcaster, and I was sitting there, and they're talking to this lady, and this lady is a sex coach. And I was like, these people exist. So I was interested in knowing what sex coaches do. And for my sins, for all the trouble I've given pastors and abazalwane, my life, I got stuck with this lady now presenting a TV show that is coming to your channel soon. And I was like, but anyway, Coach KB, so let's jump at it. So
God works in mysterious ways. Look at you.
Yeah. So my question is very simple. According to you, are we sexing enough?
We are sexing, but are we sexing correctly? Are we sexing healthily? Are we sexing for the right pleasure? Or are we just sexing to distract ourselves? There's a difference. You can sex for pleasure. You can sex for bond, companionship. You can sex for distraction, to avoid your issues, to avoid loneliness, boredom, any other negative feelings, right? You can also sex just purely for fun. Why not? The opportunity here, I've got the tool. Why not do it? So I think the question, are we sexing enough? Yes, we are. A bulk of us are just doing it, but are we doing it from the right place? Or are we doing it to escape facing a reality? A lot of us use it because, look, I'm looking for a job, I've been fired, it's not coming right, let me go. I am stressed because, you know what, my family's not understanding me. The closest thing to healing that I can see is sex, right? Because we think sex heals, but remember, you get that pleasure for an hour and then boom, your body gets back to reality, you know? So hence you can see a lot of us, whether we admit it or not, we move from partner to partner, and you can even have 5 to 10 sexual partners at a time, because for every hour that we have a voice, we need somebody on speed dial to help us hide away from that and to help us feel less of that, you know? Even if they're not safe, we have porn to go to, we have whatever, any other type of distraction, you know? That's why most of us are getting addicted to either porn or sex, which is not a bad thing. But that only simply means that it's not coming from the right place. How many of us are doing sex the right way, for the right place, or for the right reason? You know, that's healthy love making. That's what we want, you know? That's where the magic is. But a lot of us are lacking the magic because we're not even hitting the ice of the good ingredients. You understand?
Okay, no, I hear you. But so what is your take on the okay, so is South Africa a sex crazy country, or we still as conservative as church mice?
We are
we free?
No, we are not. We are not sexually free, and the reason for it is that a lot of us got our foundation of sex from the wrong places, from a place of either parents trying to protect us, or we got the information from the streets, from our friends. It never came from a professional like me who talks to his child about sex. My child knows about sex, not because he does it, he's still young, but because it comes from a healthy place of me teaching her what it is. Do you understand? As opposed to her getting the information from wrong places. A lot of us didn't even know what. I mean, I'll take you back to the typical life of a black person. I used to have this neighbor, a 4-year-old boy. So this 4-year-old boy, I was observing through the window because I guess I was in. So I was observing the mother and the son interacting. The son is innocent as any other child, except he got curious about his private area, and he was busy putting on his private area, but distracted again, what's Halawana, you know, and then 5 seconds later he remembers, oh, there's this thing, oh, it's so good when you can see he's enjoying it, but not from a pleasure point of view, but because he's curious, but he's also thinking, what is this? And then he gets distracted, and then he goes back and plays with it again, and the mother saw that, and the mother hit this child so bad and so hard, you know, and said, yes, Tanya, what are you doing? Are you crazy? What are you doing? And now, the thing that this child will learn from that is that this thing that I'm touching is wrong. This thing that I'm doing, that I'm enjoying, is wrong, right? That's the sexual experience, without even knowing that it's your sexual experience. So now you make sure that you're never caught dead touching yourself, and you never even explore that area. But we are human beings. We are meant to explore our nose. A child can be curious and play with his nose, right? Then a second experience, you grow up, you go to church. Then they say, hey, the Lord will punish you. He will put fire on you. You will go to hell if you even use that thing that's in between your legs, right? But here's the interesting part. A lot of churches don't care what you do with your nose, with your mouth. We draw our eyebrows, we put makeup on, because it's not an issue. We put earrings on, we poke our ears, we do whatever. It's not an issue. But as soon as you do something with what's in between your legs, then it's an issue. And here's where God was smart, my friend. God invented a clip, not for the purpose. It's useless. It's completely useless in a woman's body. They can remove this thing. I'll still function like Makabelo normally. Nothing in my body is connected to it. Whereas if they remove my thumb, it's connected to some part of my body. Some part of my body is going to malfunction. If they take away my tongue, some part in my body is going to malfunction because it's connected to it. You know, every other cell in our body is connected to some parts of our body. Except
I wish they take away your tongue because you talk too much.
Shut up. Let me talk. I feel talking. Except the tits. This is what I get paid to do, by the way, to talk. So, God made a woman and was like, okay, I'm going to give you a tip, but it's going to be completely useless. It says it will bring you so much stress, right? So now the tech institution said, okay, if we are ever to control our women, that thing that they hold between their legs is too powerful. So let's create a culture where they don't use it. Let's create a culture that administrates how they use this, because how dare they feel pleasure? How dare? Then there was the idea of sex before marriage. Then there was the idea of a woman who is not principled, will not hit Jezebel. Who also need to so that thing. That's Maria, like Jezebel, you know. And then the government was also like, okay, we are trying to run this country, we are trying to bring the economy of this country, we're trying to focus here and work. And a bulk of the government is men. And men are saying, well, if we are ever to work, we can't have a distraction of having cookie all around us because we will not focus. This thing is too powerful. So let's make rules that govern this thing, because imagine if we had to bonk like we were naturally created to bonk like rabbits. You understand? He'll be distracted. Imagine in the middle of his speech, I'm there getting naked. Do you understand? So there won't be any order. Can you imagine the chaos in Parliament? So, out of fear that women hold so much power that it is so easy for men to get aroused, men had to come up with a plan and say, we can't afford to be aroused anytime, and we can't afford, because we can bonk anytime. Literally, a man, if we got one, what are the chances that if you you guys are not, it's like this part of your body is completely not connected to anything else. It functions on its own. Do you understand? So now men have to come up with a plan to say, no. We are trying to build a champion in economy here. These people, let's take away their power. Number one, let's take away their ability to leave. Let's
domesticate them.
Yeah, they're like, no. Let's not get sick. They don't have the right to work. They must stay at home. They must wear long clothes. They can't look sexy. They can't take up a clothes cleavage. They can't. Then there's also the element of rape that we need to account, right? The element of rape, to say we are going to punish you if you dare own your power. We are going to call you names if you dare own your power. Then names like blood, war, and whatever start coming into play. For women only, interesting do that. I never got to say. It's like, don't discuss. You're doing so well. Hey, you know, and you get an award for it. And you get this honor and badge of honor. Nicknames if you are me, when I'm such a home, a beautiful home, then I'm called a son. Then I'm called a bitch. And it's like, okay. And it's supposed to have a negative implication to it. Right?
True.
So, I understand. It was the fear that designed all of this. It was not all the women in the Bible who were liberal. You must check all the women in the Bible who were liberal for how much they were hated, not for anything else. It started even Eve. Yeah, when Adam weak. That's why Adam ended up eating the apple, because Eve seduced. You understand? So it's always the woman who's on the best side here when the man is weak, because the man is weak and we must understand. Meaning we are strong. If you're weak, we are strong, right? So for there to be a balance, for there to be a day, there must be a night. So for there to be a weak man, it means there's a strong woman. And what makes us strong? It's not how much sleep we can take. It is the power between our legs. Voila!
Okay. You're dropping bombs here, and I'm sure I'm sure a lot of men are listening to this, but anyway, let's take a quick break. After the break, we continue the chat with Makabelo Mdaung, or Coach KB as she's known in the adultery sites.
In the world. Oh.
No, I'm joking. Yeah, let's take a quick break, and after the break, we continue our chat with Coach KB.
No one decides to go into debt. It creeps up on you. Slowly. Debt follows debt, follows debt. Unless you do something about it. Face your debt problems before they cripple you. It's time to
Hi
do
there,
something.
this is Samohanguna. Catch me every day just after 3 p.m. for Voca Sports Hour, where we speak everything sports only on vocaonlineradio.co.za. See you there. Please see you there.
You're listening to Vuga Online.
You are rocking with the best.
Welcome back to this sex-infested episode of PKUnshackled. I am chilling with Umakabelo Mtaung, otherwise known as Coach KB. Now, Coach, are you a sex coach, or are you a relationship coach, or are you just an overall coach? What do you coach?
I am a liberal coach. A liberate woman.
Okay.
And anything that liberates women is connected to everything they are. It's connected to their spirituality. It's connected to their sex. It's connected to their dating. It's connected to their menstrual cycle. It's connected to you. Do you understand? So what do I call myself?
A liberal coach.
No. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. So let's carry on with our discussion. So when one of the things I realized is that, or I talk to couples as well in my other life, where they say, hey, bro, before we got married, we were bonking like rabbits and it was fun. And now, 6 months into marriage, things have changed. Mm-hmm. That is always the case. Always. I've never met anyone who says after they got married, the sex became 100 times better. Now, Coach, why is that?
Number one, when you were a boyfriend, my friend, the same thing in a job. You will work hard to get a promotion. You get a promotion, then suddenly the responsibilities start changing. However, you did not anticipate the relationship, the responsibilities changing. You anticipate the finance and the benefits changing, not the stress. When we apply for a promotion, we often don't anticipate, okay, I'm gonna have to be more accountable now, more responsible. We say I'm gonna have more money now, I can afford more. That's it. I'm gonna have a nice big office. I'm gonna have a team under me, right? That's where we go. I'm gonna be a wife now. I'm gonna be a husband, right? Yeah. I'm gonna have a husband. I'm gonna have a home. I'm gonna be a father. I'm gonna be the man of the house. I'm gonna call the shots, right? But you don't take into account that your role is gonna change. You are gonna, the same way that there was a parent and a father, a mother and a father in her house, this woman, this wife that is yours now, who were accountable for her emotional well-being, for cuddling her when she was tired, for making food for her when she was not in a position to cook, for helping her take care of her kids when she had to do other things. It now is your responsibility. What up? If you didn't sign up for that, you signed up for the big office, for the wife, the ring, and the title. So that's why we need sex. It's because when we sign up for marriage, we don't realize that our role and responsibility changes. We are now emotionally, physically, mentally, healthically responsible for each other and for bringing each other to life. The same support structure that you live at home, you will still need in the new household. But guess who must give it to you? Your partner. So when you realize this, and then you get stressed, I'm always feeling, I'm always this, we resent each other. And when we resent each other, we free our sex drive from each other. We free it because now all these things that I didn't have to do, I now have to do for you. So that's how we start using the start. But also, we communication changes now. I think that's actually a communication. A girl or a man who can communicate can easily around you without even touching you. This is the computer house.
Wait. Yauta, no, listen to this now. So, would you agree, Hore, a lot of women in the institution of marriage, they use sex as a bargaining thing? Yore, Papa Kubachelet, Baba Ragnachelet, one zibao, Kitom Timamarao.
I wouldn't limit it to marriage. I would limit it to a certain stage of a relationship, which is a stage of familiarity.
Okay.
Right? When we are familiar with each other, even as friends, when we are familiar with each other, you should see yourself how you are around your family. You don't care because they accept me. They can't judge me. They can't, you understand? So it's a state of familiarity that I know his weaknesses. Let me use his weaknesses against him. And unfortunately for most men, weaknesses are going to be right?
Yeah.
But it's just that a lot of women don't realize they can also use other things other than sex to punish you. If they knew your void and weaknesses. A man who grew up without a mother would have a lot of void for wanting a feminine energy around him. A comfort energy, a cuddling energy. Do you understand what I'm saying? They never had that. They will have a void of that. I grew up without a father. It wasn't that Waka no no. So a man who would have had me 5 years ago was any man who would fight. And any man who would say it's gonna be okay. Or any man who would say, do you understand what I'm saying? That safety, or any man who provided the safety and security element to me, I would say he loved me. And that was enough. All you have to do was provide safety and security for me. And that was enough for me, the men of my dreams. At that time, as soon as that void was now filled, now my father's here. Now my father's telling me I'm beautiful. He's telling me you're smart. I'm so happy to have you. I'm so proud of you. So now my void, so void I can see. So now you're gonna come to avoid the whatever. So I suppose other than using sex as a punishment, we could use each other's voice because we all have a voice. Remember, we are two people coming into our own traumas and our own childhood coming together to try and make marriage work, right? But if we're not, I always make this example and say there's all types of daters. So I'm going to start it from there. There's a dater who dates from a place of perfection, right? They wanted a good grades from you. They wanted you to look good. They wanted you to sound good, impress people. Do you understand? It was just this perfect family that now, because of your need to be perfect, you do not tolerate anyone else who is not, right? Then there was somebody who's coming from a sex environment because they were not given, like I say, attention. The only way to grab attention is to bring a sexual energy into the relationship, right? And this person is more likely to date somebody who says, how can they know that they're bringing hotness in a relationship. As a result, they date men that would focus on that, on their hotness, right? Because that validates them. So we are all types of daters. There's somebody who even tolerates abuse because why? I grew up in an abusive environment, or I had to be a mother at an early age, and so I'm okay with accepting a man who's an abuser, a man who I have to mother. That's why S2-Are, I attack Ben 10. You don't attack Ben 10. You bring the mother energy with you because you have had to grow up early and be a mother to your family. So now you are bringing that energy into a relationship. And remember what I said when we started. There always needs to be a balance. They stand. They are not competing. It's just, it needs to be like that to balance. For there to be a feminine energy, there must be a masculine energy. For there to be a mother energy, there must be a baby energy. I can only be a mother when there's a baby, a child. Do you understand? Do you get what I'm saying?
No,
So,
yeah, I get what you're
for
saying.
you as a woman to always say you're attracting the bentens is because you bring that energy into a relationship. And that is the same thing in sex. We all have different sex energy. There's somebody who's bringing we all have a different sex energy. There's somebody who's bringing an energy of lust, like it's a win. You understand? There's somebody who's bringing an energy of so you can fall in love with me. There's somebody who's bringing, we all have different energy and intentions when we get into bed with each other. Someone is just, you know what, I'm bored, why not do what you want to do? Or they're bringing that sex energy in the bedroom of the or
Okay.
That's a sex energy.
Yeah, so let me ask you this. Hey, Timanayon, let me ask you this. So, there was research done in Mamelodi in the squatter camps, right? And they found that young girls, especially in that particular squatter camp, were using sex as a form of trade, like a commodity. You are going to pay me for my body for sex, and that's how I'm going to sustain my family life and my taking care of my kids or whoever. And then it goes back to an issue. Why are people having, when do you get to a point where you say, I'm not having sex for pleasure, I'm having sex, I need to have sex to sustain my marriage, to feed my kids? Which element is important, and at what time? If you're a mother and what do you do?
Yeah.
What your thought?
Sex is such an energy controller. You can literally control the mood around you by using sex. Whether you give it, you tease it, you whatever. I don't necessarily have to have sex with me to bring in that energy. I can tease you. I can walk around here naked. I'm bringing a sex energy, right? I can even tap into you and say, you're so sexy, I want you, but not now, later. That's a sex energy. It's just that we don't know how to use it in such a way that it benefits all of us, even men. I mean, you are there with your wife, or baby, you're so beautiful. That's a sex energy. That's you enhancing. It's a tool for you. We have a lot of sex tools, but we don't know their sex tools, number one, and number two, we don't know how to use them, even in our marriage. You want to get there, about nothing all day about, hey, you're beautiful, or thank you, baby, or thank you for providing for me, or nothing. Do you understand? Because it's also a sex element. I mean, example, I used to stay with this guy at some point in my life, right? For the longest time, we would have an argument about the bin, for example. Dusty, yeah, I'll do it. How? 4 days later, Dusty, no one can go to Dusty. I thought you were going to how? 6 days later, it's a fight or whatever. Until you start changing your attitude and saying, when you pick up the bin, you make me feel like such a woman, because then it means you don't you care that I don't want to touch dirty things. I feel so sexy, I feel feminine, I feel, do you understand? And next time I'm Tuesday, you're like, oh baby, thank you so much for taking out that day. You know, I knew that you could take care of me. I knew, like I appreciate it, baby. Oh, thank you. You're such whatever. Do you think this man will not make sure he takes out that bin every time without you even asking?
How could that be?
Because what we were also a comfort and compliment and an acknowledgement. We are all human beings. Even men are human beings. Even when they don't give you good sex, you must say, for the baby was so nice. It has been so nice. You get some nice, you know, or whatever. But because we are so ego-driven, even in marriage, we have missed this niceness of marriage, or of any relationship for that matter, of any sex relationship. Sex really comes to about the done. No, there's more to sex than that. There's sex. There's how you make me feel when you sex me. You make me feel like it's just about you, but you make me feel like I'm not enough. You make me feel like I don't survive. A person can make you feel like you don't survive enough for them, even if that's it. Whatever, you know. And I'm saying you communicate when you sex. Be careful when you're sexing, because you're communicating. Whether you speak it with your mouth, energy doesn't lie. You're communicating with the eye, you are not sexy, you're so fat, we communicate. Your strokes are telling you, I don't know, do you understand? Your strokes, but also hormones are telling you, you know, and we have let the basic communication, the body energy communication of being intimate with each other, because we are so ego-driven, we all so guarded, protecting our own ego. If I tell him a good thing, do you understand? There's a lot that goes wrong, but I understand it's the foundation that you are given, even in marriage. I mean, you look at how.
Okay, whoa. Yeah, I did say that you talk a lot. Let's take a quick break. Let's take another quick break, and then after the break, I'm going to ask you 2 questions, and please answer honestly. Don't worry, they're not personal. So, but yeah. Bah.
I don't know how I say it.
See you after the break.
Emptied. Only us left. Kids sleeping in back. Cat's eyes shine bright, white lines roll by. The rhythm of the streetlights. Radio hums quietly. Rain starts, hypnotic wipers. Pulling. Hot latte and apple pie. Ease back into the darkness.
Over 600 McDonald's open 24 hours. We are awake.
You're listening to Vuga Online.
You are rocking with the best.
Welcome back. Makau Katile here, and thank you for spending your Sunday morning with us here at PKUnshackled. For those who don't know what a PK is, still, PK stands for Pastor's Kid. Yes, this Pastor's Kid is pissed off about a lot of things and learning a lot of things. One of the things that I'm unlearning today is the word sex and everything related to it. And I'm joined by Coach KB, Usiswu Makabelo Mdau. Siswam, now you have all this information about sex and what I need to check. Please, are you able to put your volume up a bit, because it seems like...
Yeah, I just did. So I asked whoever commented whether they must try again now, because I think I put my volume up now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's fine. So you have all this information, and you know what should happen for you to have great sex and whatnot. What does that make you? Does that make you the perfect partner to sleep with? Does that make you a hyper sexual being? What does that make you?
No, unfortunately, as much as you can be a doctor, you can get sick too. You can get sick too, not sexy. Hey, you see sexy on my back. As much as you are a doctor, you can get sick too. You are not immune to getting sick because you are human. But now you know what to do when you get sick. You might have to wear it out for 5 days, but you know you can take something for it. And you know that something is wrong and it's wrong here. Let me go seek help. That is the difference. I am not a sex... Well, fine. But what I'm saying is that now I know. Sorry about that. I'm cooking with my hands. This is something I am learning. When you do the shoot for the don't talk with your hands. Bear with me. I'm here.
Right.
Again. Right. So the thing is that now you know when something is wrong, you know when to seek help, you know when to try communicate. But also I need sex is not a one-person thing. I need a partner that's gonna complement the type of person that I am, so that they get the things that I know or I live by. I guess you can't do this alone. I can be this great sex goddess who talk sex all day and get paid for it and teach people how to do women on top. But if I don't get a partner that knows how to receive,
is there such a thing? Is there such a thing as women on top? Because get fat tools on Oh my word! That's but yeah, no, I get you. So next question is, how powerful is sex? Followed by, how dangerous is that power?
You're taking me back to what we started with. How powerful is this thing? I told you the whole world can stop if they can give permission to women to be wild, and they don't judge them, they don't call them names, they marry them, they don't make them feel like I will only marry a good girl. If you gave them permission to be that, do you understand? The world will stop. You guys will not function. You will use sex to get what you want, everything. From the jobs you want, to the houses we want, to the men, to the cars, to the life we want, we will use it. Hence, there are only an exclusive league that are using it to get what they want. And they have names. They might be called executive slave kings or whatever, but they're getting what they want. And how do you think they're doing it? By just looking, no, I give it sex. Sex is powerful and we can get what we want using it. Even men are using it, that power, that knowledge, to know that you can get whatever you want. Literally. There's this exercise.
And please, sorry to interject. Please don't mention the what is it called? The Tinder swindler. I've heard enough about the Tinder.
I did not even say you said it. I did not even say it. I lost my place now.
You're talking about sex.
Yeah, of course. Oh.
No. Okay. So let me ask you this, right? Do you think the average black woman, and unfortunately I can't do other races because I've never been in their world, I've never experienced their culture, I don't, but do you think black women are empowered enough to understand not the power of sex, but the importance of it in any relationship? I mean, I've gone past the thinking of sex before marriage is a sin. There's so many people doing fat and sets. Yeah, you know. So we can't say, it's a sin, let's not talk to them. No. I've gone past that. Do you think that at any given time, especially at this day and age, do you think that as black women you are empowered enough to understand the importance and significance of sex?
No. Like everything else in life, between black and white, they are ahead of us because they were well equipped. They didn't have to deal with traumas. They were given the right foundation of everything, of money, of sex, of whatever. Hence, Mahua, a lady can easily go. They have nude beaches for them, and it's not a taboo. They can easily go 46 Expo, Barrette Toy. They are leading in that industry. They're doing well and making money out of it. We are not. Do you understand? They're the most watched porn people than Ebony. Do you understand? White people are ahead of us because they have liberated themselves from. And the white person can marry a prostitute and make them a wife, and they still continue to be a porn star or a prostitute, and then after them can even try. And they understand the two worlds have no seriously value. Hey, we're not a we've lost men. Only the boyfriend is going to have because do you understand? So they are ahead of us because they were given the freedom. The education was different. Hence, you will take a 50-year-old white person, a white child, and a 50-year-old black person from wherever. It's different. Because we are not equipped, we are not exposed to the same world. They have a world that is free, that is most of the time rape-free and whatever. We've had to grow up to protect our girls even from a young age because this sex thing has made our men not even care now. They want it when they want it from whoever. So we've had to protect our kids, and so the sex education has not been as free as it is in the white racism, in the white race. They say go to high world houses, these raise up fences in their face more than we are. You know, so the first education you give your girl child is run, close your legs, don't talk to boys. What do you expect?
Okay, let's take one last break, and then we'll come back, we'll conclude the show. But she's namhlanje uMakabelo is for me Nufagichi is number 7. Manje, she's telling us things that and I hope not only ladies are listening to this, but men as well. I worry that men don't talk about sex. You know, we just want to perform sex, but when it comes to engaging not only our spouses but each other as men, or I mean, how many? I don't have friends who have ever consulted a sex coach, never, or a relationship coach, never. And I'd like to believe that I come from the enlightened group of young black guys. But anyway, so quick break and then we wrap up.
If you're enjoying this interruption and find the sound of my voice captivating, you may be experiencing extreme boredom. Try new, fast-acting Subaru Impreza in hatch or sedan, formulated with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Cure boredom fast with new Impreza. Simply the best.
Welcome back, and thank you once again for spending your Sunday morning with us on PKUnshackled radio show. The name is Makao Katide, aka Bishop Babes. Don't say anything Macabello, because no.
I almost said my line.
Okay, so Coach KB, we've heard a lot from you, and thank you for joining us. You know, we value content that builds people, that builds us as Africans, that builds our spirituality, our sexuality, and our ideology. We must depart from a colonial gibberish, you understand, and find our own identity, find our own form of sexuality that is, that we can teach our kids, that we can generations going forward, we can be free of all this bondage. Now, in closing, what would you like to say to our listeners? Oh, and by the way, have you found a man, or should I announce on radio that you are looking?
Listen, I'm going to be that girl that marries two husbands. If you can deal with that, then hit me up. Alright?
Oh, so Nzwile, ebalaleli khaya, mawufuna ukuba esitephini esiholwa umuntu wesifazane, so a polyamorous or is it polyandry or polyamorous? One of the two. You can hit Matapelo up. Macabello up. Okay, sorry. Closing. What would you like to say?
It can be beautiful, just like everything else in life. We can unlearn what we have learned about sex and everything else in life. Be curious about your beliefs, about anything, even sex. For a while, why? Be curious about it. Why don't you enjoy it? Is it because it was passed to you as something dirty from your mother? Be curious about where you inherited the ideas you have about sex. Be curious about why you don't like certain things being done to you during sex. Be curious about why you don't feel safe approaching a man for sex, even your man, or initiating sex. Those will give you answers not only to sex, but to your traumas that you are holding on to. The more healed you are as a person, the more you can be sexually liberated and enjoy it. Yep.
Okay, straight to the point.
Yep.
So, yeah. Oh no, you're such an amazing human being. Macabello Mutongo, thank you very much for joining us, and we value each and every word you uttered, every advice. So how do people get in touch with you, and where can they see you, except on our new coming TV show? Ooh.
So people can get in touch with me on my banking app, S&B. Ngiyatholakala nalapho babukeli. I am on all your social media platforms as Macabello. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Macabello, and thank you to our listeners for joining us. I hope I don't get phone calls from Christians and bishops and archbishops, but
don't be asking for my numbers. Don't worry.
After all, I'm a Katide, so I'm bound to speak about sex. Anyway, thank you for joining us. Have a smashing day, brother. Adios.
Welcome to Vuga Online Radio News at this hour. The Go Slow and Stay Away strike by unpaid ANC employees at Luthuli House in Johannesburg, as well as provincial regional offices through South Africa, has brought the organization to a virtual standstill, potentially altering the balance of forces in highly contested areas. ANC staff have not received regular salaries since 2020. The party chiefly blames the Political Party Funding Act 6 of 2018 for its funding shortfalls. The act, which came into effect in April 2019, is aimed at providing for and regulating the public and private funding of political parties. The issue came to a head in November last year when dozens of unpaid junior and senior ANC staff members were joined by senior leaders to protest the non-payment of salaries. They took their picket to Pretoria's St. George Hotel and the venue where the party's Special National Executive Committee was being held. ANC staff members told the media that the party's head office, Luthuli House, as well as provincial and regional offices were empty and unpaid workers had abandoned their tasks and offices for weeks and months. This was preventing the branch